And we are live talking about movies once again. How are you, Sam?
Good, you?
I'm doing great. We have a Sydney Sweeney movie to talk about tonight, Christy. So let's get into the wiki page. Do you know the actors in it by art, or we really need to screen share it so you know? I guess we will.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, I know her a lot, but I've seen before. Yeah, I've seen Immaculate. She was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, I've seen a bunch of stuff with her. But she's young, but yeah, she's really talented.
What do you think of Sydney Sweeney as an actress?
Well, this film definitely proved me that, um, if she has the right script and the right directors, she's gonna do amazing stuff. And I think because she's young, she hasn't made a lot of memorable films, and I think this one is going to be the beginning of that. I don't give a damn that it flopped. I think it's a start because
A
further and
lot,
further she's going to do better film like this, huh?
a lot of movies they
Mhm.
actually flopped and they are well remembered. I think
Mhm.
about Shawshank Redemption. It's a beloved movie that actually bombed. I
Yeah,
think bombing means not that much because there are so many movies and probably nobody have heard about it. We are just big cinephile, that's why we know that movie existed. But
yeah,
like
but
the
marketing wise doesn't help. They didn't invest that much, and it's unfortunate because it's Sydney Sweeney. You should have invested more.
yeah, and again to go back to what I said, nobody heard about that movie. And
Yeah,
Sydney Sweeney is not a big name as much as she is talented. I do believe she is. She's not that well known, so she doesn't have that draw in. And in the meantime, we have a lot of other movies like
like
Predator.
Predator.
Predator, the
Which
Badland movie. It's right in competition with that, and everyone knows about Predator. So that's
yeah,
another factor.
yeah,
So
they kind of killed it. Yeah,
so it was directed by David Michôd. Have you heard or seen David Michôd in anything else?
yeah, yeah.
Director.
I've seen The King, which was pretty. It was well directed and written, but I think he's a better writer than director. I think The King was pretty good too. Like he's really good at giving actors good performances, but I think there's better directors out there.
Well, I feel you. I feel you. Is the king worth watching? This is the question.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's really good because it's about a young king who has to take responsibility from his father and taking the throne, and you feel the pressure and the weight of the fact that he doesn't want to do that, but he doesn't have the choice. And Timothée Chalamet really nailed it. I think it was really a good part. I only seen it once, but I thought it was well made. It wasn't back in the days when Netflix used to make good films,
When
the
they used,
golden age era of 2013 and 2018.
I feel that feeling when they used to. That's a great caveat. I still think they sometimes come up with surprisingly good movie, but overall, it's a lot of these Netflix flops are really bad. Uh,
Honestly, the only movie I'm waiting for them from them is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood: The Adventure of Cliff Booth. Like this is the only Netflix films like I'm gonna be front seated when they release it in theater.
Amazing. Anyhow, to get back to the distribution right now,
Hmm.
screenplay by Myra Fulkes and David Mitchell. So, have you seen Myra doing another screenplay elsewhere?
I'm not sure. I've seen other things that he wrote. Like I said, I only seen The King, but I can't remember if I've seen anything else that directed beyond those two.
Oh, I see. That's interesting. So, even the director and the screenplay maker are not that well known. So it was starring Sidney Sweeney, Ben Foster, Merritt Weaver, and Katie O'Brien.
Yeah, but yo, Ben Foster nailed it though.
In what movies have you seen him?
Oh, so many films, man. It's I've seen this guy everywhere, but I remember him in 3 hour 10 for Yuma, really great western. I've seen him and uh, let me look at it because there's so many films. Wait,
I'm
wait.
I'm kind of shocked right now. I see a very short start of his bio, and it says he was in the Punisher movie from 2004, and it's surprising because I don't remember the guy, and I've seen the movie like 2 months ago, so that's surprising. I'm surprised I've
Oh,
seen the guy before.
I can't remember what part he was in that film. Yeah, he was also in Emancipation with Will Smith. He really nailed the part here. He was like the antagonist. I remember now. Like I said, he was in like a lot of films. He was also in. Wait a minute. Leave No Trace. That was fucking boring, but yeah. Hostiles, Inferno. Oh yeah, of course. How Hardwired. He had a big part there. Like I told you, he's everywhere. This guy. He's fucking great. The Messenger too, great one.
Amazing. That's interesting. So now to get into the plot, I won't read out the entire page. So I will kind of summarize the plot of the movie. We basically have a sport girl being Sydney Sweeney. She really like rough things, like fighting people because she has anger issues, and she is also gay, and her parents are bigots, and now she decides to take a career in box. She wants to be a female boxer, and at first his trainer doesn't believe in it, but then she makes him believe in it, and they develop the trainer in Sinesuni a really, really, really toxic relationship,
Mm-hmm.
and that was, I think, one of the highlights of the movie. I think that toxic relationship was far better than the characters involved in it, and it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of sad because when you have a toxic relationship, you do like the characters, right? Like, I think Smashing Machine also had a very toxic relationship, but both characters were very enjoyable. Like if you take them apart, but
Mm-hmm.
in this movie, like I feel like it's just a worse version of what we had with the Smashing Machine. So to get back to this Christy movie, so Christy now wears pink when she boxes. She beats lots of people at some point. Well, spoiler, spoiler. I think people are warned. She loses, and that kind of shattered her, and her relationship also collapsed, and her toxic boyfriend or husband, I should say, um, really ruined her life, and he stabs her and he shot her.
Oh,
And
yo, that part shocked me.
I wasn't shocked. I was seeing it coming. I was like, things will go really badly. I'm
Mm-hmm.
actually surprised he just left her like that. I thought that was the end of the movie and she would die there.
Yeah, me too. I didn't think she was alive.
To be honest, like I did stretch a lot on that aspect. I was like, you know what? Maybe it's truly based on a true story, and maybe it happened, so I will let it go. But I really felt like she was so badly injured; she should have died.
Do you think it happened like that or not? Or not?
I wouldn't be surprised. People survive really weird stuff, like 50 Cent getting shot like so many times. He's
Mm-hmm.
a urban legend. So I wouldn't be surprised if the boxer like Chrissy really got badly injured, but maybe they added more sausage, more sauce, more flavor to the
Sex.
movie. Um, I I think the movie made it probably a bit worse than what really happened, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was really violent with her in real life. So that's the plot. Um, tra- uh, Homophobic parents and female boxer. Do you want
Yeah.
to add anything on the plot aspect of that movie?
No. I mean, I thought it was really well developed. I like the fact that Um, we we spent like years with her, different part of her life, seeing how she evolved, and how she was trapped with that asshole, and how he like manipulated her for his own gain. I thought it was really well done, and it reminded me of Smashing Machine because Smashing Machine should have done that. Should have lasted 20 years, 15 years, just so we can see like Mark Kerr evolve. So this is why I like it. I like it the boxing scene too. They were pretty fun. I thought also that the acting of both Sydney and Ben Foster is were just amazing. I think Sydney proved here that she's an actress and she's not just a sex symbol. And Ben Foster, like always, is amazing. And I wouldn't be surprised if he'll have a nomination.
Yeah,
Um, but like those films, I'm gonna add them onto my DVD shelf just because of the performances. But I think if Josh Safdie would have directed it, it would have been better. Um, no disrespect to David Mitchell, but I think Josh Safdie or Ryan Coogler, those guys knows how to capture intensity and capture urgency and capture um tensions. Or Scorsese. Scorsese would have done that. That would have been a masterpiece. It would have been 3 hours with
oh
cocaine
my.
and excess, but it would have been amazing. It would have been a masterpiece.
Why
Like
do you
Sydney
want three
Sweeney.
hours movie? Why do you
What?
want why do you want movies so long? 3 hours. It's so long.
What? I love 3 hours movies.
I
You
don't.
haven't seen 4 hours films?
Oh my, forget it. It's way too long. Like, I will be
I've
honest. I
seen
have a
four
very
five
odd
hours
take.
films.
I have a very odd take. I didn't like any of the Godfather. Well, actually, I liked the third Godfather, but the other two they were way too long for me. I didn't like these movies. I think they are
Uh,
good movies, but I could not stand it. I was like, man, it's too long.
that's fine, but I think Christy will have worked better with Scorsese, but that's just me. I mean, Wolf of Wall Street, for example. If it
Yeah.
had been done by David Mitchell, that would have been I would have looked like this.
Do
Or
you want
those
to add anything else on the review for this movie?
um no, I think I'm fine. But
Well,
yeah, good one. I think for me it's more of a start of where Sydney is gonna go. But yeah, continue.
I feel you. So, for once, I didn't really add enough time to take some notes because I was quite occupied this weekend, but I still remember very well what I enjoyed and my issues. My first big issue with that movie. The movie was 2 hour 15 minutes, and I do think it was a bit too long. And I think the length issue is really at the start. I think the first 40-ish minute was very slow, very long. Okay, I get it. She's a lesbian. Her parents doesn't like her, and she doesn't fit in society. Okay, but I think that block was a bit too long, and I feel like when she really started boxing and when she
Mm-hmm.
really started training, this is when the movie really picks up, and this is when the movie becomes kind of relevant and really fun, and it's really like in the second hour. You don't really get that much of that in the first hour. The first hour is really how sad her life is,
Mm-hmm.
and as much as it's enjoyable drama and that kind of stuff, because drama later on in the movie do work very well. And again, I really think the pacing issue is really at the start, because I think
Mm-hmm.
what's in the middle and at the end is just bang 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 bang. It's like they didn't really know how to spread out the relevant things and the mundane things. And it's a bit unfortunate because I've seen so many
Mm-hmm.
sport drama as of right now. Iron Claw, Smashing
Yo,
Machine,
Aaron Claw,
uh,
fucking great.
the wrestler. I My favorite among all is the Iron Claw. I did tear up in the Iron Claw. It was
Me
one
too.
of my favorite movie in 2023. It's a masterpiece,
I loved it.
and
It was great.
now we get Christy. So as much as I like some aspect to it, again, I still think it's a good movie, but there are other movies that did the exact same but better.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, it's not Million Dollar Baby.
and I will bring back the wrestler. I enjoyed the wrestler a lot. The
Oh
wrestler
my
had
god, wrestler is a league of its own.
yeah, I liked it a lot. I had a few issues here and there, but it was very very well made. And here with Chrissy, I just cannot tell the same. The pacing just ruined it for me. Now my second issue with Chrissy, the mother, the homophobic mother. Okay, they wanted to drive that message home. And I think the message itself is fine. But here's the thing, the mother feels so cartoonish, it's not believable. She feels so out of place. I cannot take that character seriously. And it's not because of the actress. I do think every actor did really good job. I think it's the
Mhm.
writing of the character.
You think
Because
she's too she's too like
one
she
note,
looks like every South American should be like
there's no
it's a
layers.
caricature.
Yeah, it's a caricature exactly, and I contrast her with the dad. Even if the
Mm-hmm.
dad is also
Mm-hmm.
homophobic, I could see okay within that fear, that's nonsense for me.
Mm-hmm.
There's that guy that actually loves his daughter, and you can tell he loves his daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I'm like, you know what? I give a pass to the dad because the dad they actually try to make him, you know what? I don't like the fact that you like other girls, but I still love you. And I like that aspect. And I don't know how accurate the mother is to real life, but
Mm-hmm.
if she is really accurate to real life, props on that. But it's a movie. Like,
Well, they met Christy and she told Sydney all about her history, so I don't
so
think
maybe
it'll be false.
the mother, maybe she's like that. And it's kind of unfortunate because then I remember that mother character being the worst version of the dad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bit unfortunate. And maybe it's very accurate to what's going on, but it's also a movie and you need to sell your character. I feel like what they could have done is they start off on the wrong foot with that all entire lesbian thing with the mother, and
Mm-hmm.
by the end of the movie she starts to be a bit more accepting. Then it's character growth and you're like, she's
Mm-hmm.
more than just that phobic person. But no, the movie just made her like always against her daughter. And maybe that's
Yeah.
accurate again. Maybe that's accurate to reality, but it doesn't make a good character. I'm sorry, but it I cannot give it a pass. I need to criticize that movie on its own more than just the context of it. And again, I think the performance were very good, and I understand the idea to drive the message, and I'm fine with the message, but I think the messenger didn't deliver well there. Now, my third issue is very similar to my second issue, the husband. So I think the husband, from the get go, I had our time with him. He was like, okay, he's just a misogynistic guy that doesn't believe in female sport. But then you start believing in it, and
Mm-hmm.
I like that aspect. I was like, you know what? That's kind of neat. That's kind of good.
Mm-hmm.
But then as the movie went on, he just became that abusive person, and that's all he became. That's all he was for the rest of the movie. So really early in the movie, when he wasn't the love interest, he was an actual character. I was like, you know what? He is enjoyable. But then he become the husband, and then he's all about, oh, I will control your life, Christy, because you're my wife, and
Mm-hmm.
if you leave me, I will end your life. um that's all he became later on in the movie, and it kind of rubbed me off the wrong way because I know
Yeah.
relationships like that do exist. I know some people like him exist. I know they do, but it's a movie, and I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the way they portrayed him in the second and third act was a disservice to what he was in the first act, because I really enjoyed the start of his arc where he started believing in female sports because he was seeing
Mm-hmm.
the result of it. I was like, oh, that's really cool. Then later on, he was just a monster. And I'm fine with having antagonists and having toxic relationship depicted. Like, I enjoyed a lot Smashing Machine, and we had a similar case where we had a very toxic relationship. And in both cases, I feel like it's all about addiction. It's all about codependent, and There are very great parallels, but then I remember Smashing Machine did it better. So
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, the husband is just a prick, and then he ends up shooting her. I think one of the best moments for the husband is when he started accepting and believing in female sport, and I think the second
Hmm.
best moment is the payoff when he really tries to end Sidney Sweeney life. I think that
Yeah.
moment was great, but I think most of the in between moment with that character, I just cannot stand him. And to go back to the mother character during the movie, the Sydney Sweeney character is like she's going to her mother, and she's like, he's dangerous, he's violent, and the mother, the way she is, she's just stuck up, and she's like she doesn't believe her daughter. And I think that aspect, it does make sense because in real life we can see that kind of thing happen. But again, it drives home the fact that the mother was cartoonish, the mother was generic, the mother was just an
Yeah.
antagonist basically.
Hmm.
And that also reinforced the idea that the husband is just a prick because the husband lied, and that's what he is. So these were my issues. I think they could have improved on these aspects. It's
Hmm.
been unfortunate, but they could have improved. So now let's get into my likes because I did enjoy that movie a lot despite my gripes. I think it's a fun experience. I think the actors were very, very good. I
Hmm.
enjoyed the actors. And again, I think the start of the movie, despite its pacing, had a good moment. Like, again, when the husband started believing in Christy. And I think the relationship itself worked. It's just the character in the relationship that I didn't enjoy. And the fact that Chrissy puts on a facade of really tough girl, but underneath she is very vulnerable, and she is very different than what she gives away to people. I
Hmm.
enjoyed that aspect. That's really fun. Like she is so arrogant, and I enjoy it like the
Hmm.
entire time. I'm like, Chrissy is the best part of that movie, and I think the supporting characters are very good. The short-haired girl that basically help her later on in the movie. I can't remember the name of that character, but she was very fun, and I think the movie was really good at giving a seed and giving a payoff. Remember my phone number. She remembered the phone number. Um, and it also addressed very well that movie the substance abuse aspect where it can really ruin your life, and it also showed very well how abusive relationship work out.
Yeah.
Again, I I think the relationship itself was probably one of the best parts. I just wished the main villain was a bit better.
Bit
All of the
more
lies,
developed.
yeah, exactly. All of the lies, they were enjoyable, and how they kind of have that feminist message, but it's I think it's not as ham-fisted as the phobic message. I think the girl power message worked very well for that movie, and even Chrissy, she highlights the fact that she's not really a feminist,
Yeah, I
and
like it that.
it's fascinating because she is a strong woman, and she strives to be stronger, and she strives to teach people to be stronger.
Hmm.
And the big defeat she had was also the great result of a seed they planted. So again, you plant something, you have a payoff. Great.
Exactly.
When she lost that, it hard. That was great.
Hmm.
And how she got almost ended at the end of the movie to remain YouTube friendly. How her husband almost took her life. I think that was a shocking moment, a very enjoyable moment. And again, I
Hmm.
needed to suspend disbelief and say, you know what, maybe it really happened in real life. That's why I didn't call on plot armor or whatever. I do believe maybe she was in really rough shape, because sometimes you need to be in rough shape to realize you're in the wrong relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So overall, Christy is a good movie that made me feel things. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed the second and third act. I think the start of the movie was the rough part, but once she gets fight after fight, the movie is also great at showing overtelling and how the you said it, the husband used Christy for his own benefit, and he's overly controlling. It's just fascinating because that kind of dynamic would happen. Like he was stealing money from her. He was basically
Mm-hmm.
taking cuts of her paychecks
Yeah,
without
exactly.
her knowing. It's just it's so disgusting, and you learn through like someone else telling about the ex-wife and the kid. It's it's something. Um, I think that movie was good. Well, I'd say it's more average than good, and I enjoyed it. I've seen better movies doing similar things, but hey, this is Christy. Do you have any other things you'd like to add on Christy?
No, I think same to you. Same commentary. I'm gonna write my review this week, but no, honestly, it's all I had to say.
Okay, well, uh, so now I will ask you what would be your grade out of 10 for Christy?
8, just like Smashing Machine.
Oh, interesting. So in my books, it's a 7. It's a
That's fair.
7. It's a 7 because it's slightly worse than Smashing Machine in my books, because Smashing Machine did the same thing but better. Again, I enjoyed it, but that's a 7, and it's a bit unfortunate because it could have been better. I think Sidney Sweeney nailed it. The
Mm-hmm.
actors did great jobs. And now this is the next segment, the Rotten Tomato segment. So I will be screen sharing Rotten Tomato, because this is what we do. We need to see if we are crazy, if other people think the same we do. So this is the Rotten Tomato segment, and here we are. So we will start by covering the comments from some of the critiques, and then the comments from the users. So I cannot wait to see what they have to say, and I bought some time because I was marking down the timestamp. So here we are. Christy. So the critique gave a 66%, while the reviewer gave a 98. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe we are crazy because the fan liked it a lot more than us. Maybe that's a sign, but we are also close from the critique. So let's get into what they have to say about the movie. The first one is a rotten score. That means they didn't like it. It's all highlights and lowlights. Rarely interested in the in between stuff that makes watching all the round of about so necessary to appreciating what it means to survive on the canvas. Any thoughts on that comment? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I guess you agree.
Oh, sorry. What?
Do you agree or disagree with? Oh, so he's gone. So my thought on that comment is yes, I fully agree. That's why I think the first part of the movie was so weak.
The review, I didn't see it.
So you're back. Okay, you're back. So you had some issues. So I will repeat what Robert had said. It's all highlights and lowlights. Rarely interested in the in between stuff that makes watching all the rounds of a bout so necessary to appreciating what it means to survive on the canvas. Any
The,
thoughts on that?
that review make any no sense. I don't know what he's talking about. That's it's like he's talking about a restaurant or something. I mean, I can't I can't think that he doesn't point to anything. He just
Word salad, the classical bachelor degree in journalism. But I will summarize what I think he was trying to say. The action was cool. but the life story was boring. I think that's basically what it was trying to say. Do
Yeah.
you agree or disagree with that?
Uh,
If I'm right.
yeah, but I disagree. The story was interesting. It was interesting, but like I said, I think it wasn't the right director. But it doesn't mean he was bad. The screenplay was better than the filmmaking. Like I said.
Interesting. Next comment. Another rotten score. Either Strigel slate. Christy doesn't spend enough time on Martin's interior life. Instead, you're left wondering whether to root for a character who often acts like a jerk, whose more human side we barely get to know.
I
Any
think
thoughts?
we've Well, I think we've known her all right. Honestly, I don't see what we didn't learn about it. It was pretty clear, you know.
Yeah, I think they expanded enough on her.
Yeah, I mean,
I
what do you expect more, you know?
yeah, I think she was really good, and it's really a facade. That tough girl, it's a facade. And
Mm-hmm.
the hospital scene with the other former fighter she fought really highlighted that fact. You're not really that jerk. All of the
Mm-hmm.
scenes with the other boxer that she defeated, but then they trained together. I think they were great because they highlighted how the other girl is very clever
Mm-hmm.
and she is genuinely a good person. And that was refreshing for a movie where a lot of people are jerks.
Yeah.
She was like that breath of fresh air. So I forgot to mention her because again I didn't take notes prior. But I think she was one of the highlight as well. That other boxer
Yeah,
on
the
the
light skin.
yeah, I think she was really good. So I could see why Eder would be like that, but I think we spent enough time with Christy like that. So the next comment, Mick Lassalle. What truly propels the film is the growing realization taught both the script and Sweeney performance that Christy isn't an ordinary person blessed with an extraordinary gift. She is an extraordinary person whose very life force is all inspiring with a 3 out of 4, so that'd be like a 7.5. Um, any thoughts on that review?
Wait.
It was like she worked out. She worked hard to get what she got, and this is what the movie was about.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to what I said. I think so. Yeah, yeah, I agree with him.
I agree with him as well. I think that review is the closest thing we read so far to what we said.
Yeah.
So he's on board with us. So the next one, rated C, another rotten. Frank Stewart. Oh my, that name. I just massacred the name. A rather pedestrian treatment of the life of a pretty remarkable person almost feels like a miniseries of shorn of commercials. Any thoughts on
What?
that review? So you're saying,
Um,
oh, it feels more like a advertisement or a commercial than a movie. That's what he said.
I don't agree. It felt like a film. I mean, it was well told. It was well clear. It was well built. It didn't feel like a commercial. It's not a
I agree with
great
you.
biopic, but it's well made. It was original because we don't see a lot of women boxing films. The only time I've seen one was $1 Million Baby. It's been 20 years.
Wow, I didn't know that movie existed.
I mean, I didn't see it 20 years ago, but it came out in 2004 or five by Clint Eastwood.
Wow,
Yeah,
interesting.
you should watch it. It's great.
Yeah. Um, maybe that movie will get worse after watching the other version. But the critiques, they don't like it because it didn't do enough for them. I guess this is what a snub is. You study
Yeah.
movie and you think you're above the others. Anyway, um, let's go to the audience. Academy Award worthy, great story and excellent acting. 5 out of 5. My, that's high
Mhm.
praise. Do you
I think
agree?
this guy was get paid.
Okay, okay. I think that's exaggerated. I don't think it's Oscar worthy. I'm sorry. I've seen so many movies this year. As much as I like that, I think Smashing Machine deserves award a lot more than
Yeah, definitely. Benny Safdie filmmaking. Sorry, Emil Blunt and Dwayne Johnson. I mean, they deserve it.
yeah. And I like Sydney Sweeney. I think she is good in pretty much anything I've seen her in, but I don't think
She needs time.
it's good
I think
enough.
she's gonna be good in Housemaid.
Yeah, I cannot wait for Housemaid.
And-
That looks fun. We all covered that on the channel.
yeah,
So yeah. Next one, Davy K. Amazing movie, a totally entertaining and uplifting and moving story. Sydney Sweeney is the real deal. Don't listen to the noise. Go. Another 5 out of 5. Any thoughts on that comment?
I still don't agree. I think it's exaggerated. It sounds like people who came from the Toronto film festivals. Because it's biased.
Thanks.
Because it's every time it's like this. Like they release article and film festivals saying it's great, and then people change their mind a month after when the movie released. So you're not sure who to trust.
They are like, you know what? You know what? It's a feminist movie. Let's like it.
Yeah, exactly.
The next one. Jillian, one of the better boxing movies I've seen in a long time. A must watch. Another 5 out of 5. Dang,
That
these people.
that's yes. No, I don't trust it.
Enough said. Next one, John D. Great performance by Sydney Sweeney. Powerful story with a 4 out of 5. So that one is 8 out of 10. I think that one is more accurate to the movie.
This is fair because it is like I wouldn't say powerful story, but it's a dark story. Like
Yeah,
the emphasis is more on the dramatic side than the fight sides.
yeah, and I think it's empowering because after getting stabbed, she walks away of that toxic relationship, and actually getting to get stabbed because she wanted to face it head on instead of running and fleeing. I think that was really good. So I
Hmm.
think that movie has a good feminist message, a far more efficient message than the phobic message the movie tried to have. So that was Christy 2025.
Thank you, huh?
Thanks for you, and I quite enjoyed our exchange. What do you have going on your end of the internet?
What? Because it's bugging.
What no what's going on? What are you doing on the internet, like letterbox videos project? What are you doing virtually in general right
Oh,
now?
okay.
What's your project at the moment?
Well, I'm currently writing screenplays with my friends that we're developing to hopefully make eventually with our team. So we're developing projects to produce them next year. So I can't talk more about that. So yeah, hopefully I hope to direct my next film next year if God wants. Besides that, yeah, and just writing reviews and posting on Instagram.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Well, thanks to you. And so on my end of the internet, tomorrow I do a big tier list of a lot of movies that came out this year and years prior. I also review LA Confidential and Copland. I don't know if you have seen these two movies
Of course.
in the past. Do you remember these movies quite well?
I remember. You know what? It's funny because I rewatched them both last year, but I remember more LA Confidential than Copland. I don't know why Copland. Every time I rewatch it, I always forget details because the atmosphere of that film is pretty special. But LA Confidential is really clear, so you can't miss anything. It's three cops, three perspective, and in LA Noir style. There's a murder happening, cops corruption twist. But the other one, I remember it's also about corruption. But I'm just like, who was the
The
villain
entire
again?
police station is corrupt.
Yeah, and Copland. Yeah,
Yeah, and we got Sylvester Stallone in it. So that's the topic tomorrow. If you want to join in tomorrow, maybe rewatch Copland tonight if you got enough time and you want to opt in tomorrow. Tomorrow is Copland, LA Confidential, and we do a tier list after both reviews of the movies. And that's the project for tomorrow. Outside of that, well, Saturday, I Talk Politics with the Dragon. It's late night. That show is late night because it's Saturday. And
Okay, I'll let you know.
yeah, okay. Well, perfect. We are out. Thank you very much, Sam. This
Take
is the
care,
end
bro.
of this show. You two take care. We are
Bye.
out.